lesson 2, cellular injury and repair. So we want to describe cell injury, describe cellular repair, explain how damage to cell membranes occurs, and describe necrosis, link conditions and consequences. So cell membrane damage and disturbance of membrane function. Nutritional imbalance affects the composition of the plasma membrane. Physical trauma can break the cell membrane. Extremes of temperature cause proteins in the cell membrane to denature. Immune response causes damage to the cell membrane by white blood cells. And damage from pathogens, toxins secreted by pathogens, or physical damage by pathogen to the membrane. Next is cellular atrophy. This is a decrease in either the cell size or the number of cells. Atrophy can also be as a result of impaired nutrient or oxygen supply, such as some of the damage done to the heart muscle after a myocardial infarction or brain tissue after a stroke. Then we'll look at necrosis. So necrosis is unregulated cell death resulting from cell injury, for example, due to lack of oxygen, or ischemia. The plasma membrane ruptures, triggering the inflammatory response. So the causes of necrosis are poor nourishment, poor circulation, loss of hormonal support or loss of nerve stimulation to the target tissue, lack of use or exercise, disease of the tissue. And the mechanisms are lack of respiration, stops growing and replacing cells, and cells are destroyed and they are never replenished. Chronic diabetes, so cellular atrophy, can happen when blood glucose levels are too high for a long time. It can particularly affect the feet and legs, leading to loss of sensation in the extremities and muscle weakness. So there is an image of a necrotic leg, but if you're squeamish, then you probably don't want to look at the next picture. So this is necrosis of somebody's leg. Next is pressure sores. One example of cell injury leading to atrophy is the formation of pressure sores when a person with low blood pressure remains in bed for a long time. This constant pressure on the skin could stop the flow of blood to that area. As the blood pressure is too low to move through the compressed vessel, the skin cells would die and begin to break down. So if you could now have a go at the 2 worksheets that I've set on Teams, that would be brilliant. And I will check them on Tuesday.